So basically, we use, like anytime that we want to use Fabrica, okay, we will use this. This is our
number of
this is Fabrica sign. Now in the formula we can use this.
This is number of Fabrica.
Yes, like number of Fabrica. It's basically representation of Fabrica. So we decide this, something like this. So here we have
F.
Yes, F and also A. Yeah. Okay. So today we are gonna actually speak a little bit about dark matter again and the effects that we see on dark matter and why this intuitive basically description of gravity that we have, basically destruction of fabricas per second, per minute, or per second per mass unit, is actually can answer to the dark matter dilemma and make it actually work. So me and Doctor we talked about this. Now I'm gonna actually explain. So you can actually later title it as dark matter intuitive explanation of dark matter and how it works. Basically, what we call as dark matter is again based on the light, the bending and light, basically path of light. This is what we see as extra gravity. Now, in our system, what we have first of all, we have a different formula for the gravity. So basically, the accumulative calculation of the gravity in galaxies will be very different than general relativity and Newtonian law, because we calculate the whole fabricas that is eaten up by the whole galaxy per second, and this will return a different calculation when you are calculating the distance between two massive objects as a calculation of the basically gravity. So G will be irrelevant in this model after we calculate the number, quantized number per mass, because it will not depend on the other other objects, and it will be like total fabricas per second which is eaten by the galaxy. Now we are gonna actually have a very clear explanation based on theory of fabrica how dark matter works. Now dark matter basically we want to change the name of dark matter because there is no matter, and that's not dark for sure. When there is no matter, you cannot name it dark or light. So we will actually change the name to scar, and to put a very specific name for that, we call it Akhasheni scar because we say so. So basically, we call this Akhasheni scar from now. And here, I'm gonna actually explain how this works. Basically, in theory of fabrica, we mentioned fabricas are creating fabricas. What that means? Basically, the space expanding, universe is expanding. And how that happens, fabricas are creating a fabrica, creating more fabricas, which is actually Hubble constant. So basically, there is a rate, and these fabricas are actually generating its protraction of fabricas all the time, and we should have this effect in our mind. Now, we have massive objects like galaxies or stars. They are eating up fabricas. What will happen? There are two effects that happen. One effect is the normal bending of space and time, because for sure, if I start eating fabricas here, space will bend. And this will have an immediate effect, kind of a speed of light effect, which actually, if I remove the massive object suddenly, or I merge it, this will have an effect with the speed of light, because that is like gravity wave, called gravity wave or effect of gravity, which actually has the speed of light. But at the same time, we have Hubble constant, which is actually the rate of, we are going to calculate the rate of fabricas creating fabricas. What that means, if I keep this paper in this shape for, let's say, 1 million years or 1 billion years, this paper, if I leave it, it will remain that. So it will convert kind of, because of the pressure of fabricas regenerating, it will have a fixation process. Fixation process. What that means, instead of this, as soon as basically like has immediate effect by a speed of light effect, because fabricas created by universe all the time and space shape changed, this will have also a permanent, more permanent effect. Therefore, it will not be the bend that it can be fixed by removing a massive object. It will have a fixation exactly like this paper, and this fixation will be permanent because of the pressure from outside by regenerating the fabricas. So I think it is clear how that happened. Because fabricas are regenerating, the universe is expanding, we will have more pressure. Like we call pressure is not the right word for space and time, like quantized space, but still we don't have anything else in English. So what we are going to say is this: basically, by keeping this for 1 billion years, it will change. It will be like a scar on the face of the child that grows with the child. Even if you change all of the elements, that scar will grow and will be there forever. That's why we call it a scar. So therefore, this scar will have a fixation by pressure from outside by generated fabricas, which is called dark energy. We are going to actually rename that dark energy to something else as well. We will think about that. And this fixation will appear as a dark matter web. Now, what will happen if, for example, about bullet cluster, what happened in a bullet cluster? They, two cluster of galaxies collapsed. They moved.
Went through each other.
Went through each other. This scar moved because it was their space and time. It moved with the galaxies. And most of the mass remained as a gas in between galaxies, but that is a new, young phase. It will take time for that gas to convert to a new set of galaxies and create its own scars in the space and time. Because of the Hubble constant, means energy should affect it and should actually create and fix these scars. So we call it Akhasheni scar. Not dark matter, but from now it is Akhasheni scar. Fair enough? Is that clear how it worked? Like intuitive explanation? Good? Thank you. Now,